we do it? I think we did it. Awesome. Let's just get some tabs up and going, seeing for people to bring views in. Alright. Now, I thought it might be fun just to, show off one of my favorite decks before we get going. Because today we're just going to be playing some historic brawl with a deck I have called Dumbness. The commander for this deck is Esika of the God Tree. 1 GG for a 1/4 with Vigilance. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. And it gives other legendary creatures I control Vigilance and the ability to add 1 mana of any color. However, we are very rarely playing it for the front side. What we're normally doing is playing it on the back side as fast as possible. Doing it for the Prismatic Bridge. At the beginning of your upkeep, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature or planeswalker card. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Basically, the goal of this deck, get the Prismatic Bridge out quickly, and then just ramp into big, dumb idiots. Some of the big hits being things like Imrith, Desert Doom, Mind Flayer to steal people's things, Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, to make all of my creatures into forests, as well as making a very, very gigantic threat, Inferno the Starmount as a flying hasty threat, Kogla, the Titan Ape, as removal, Vorniclex Monstrous Raider as just shutting down counters, but also doubling our counter shenanigans. Coma, the Cosmos Serpent, for control. Crater Hove Behemoth for when we just want to end games. And Ugin the Spirit Dragon, kind of like the top end. Deck's running a few basics of each color, as well as temples and pathways. We generally want to be able to have Esika out by turn 5, and if we're not having it out by turn 5, then something's wrong. However, that's why we have some early drops to be able to stem the bleeding. And we also have cute little combos, like Prosperous Innkeeper and Impassioned Orator, along with Scoot Swarm when it gets going to just gain all the life in the world. So, let's just get going. Let's just play some Brawl. Now, I'm very, very excited to be able to show this off, just because this was something I made kind of on a whim, due to a recommendation of a friend of mine. But then we found out that Magic Arena can't actually do Historic Brawl. Like, with friends, you have to do it with random people. So we got really surprised, but then we kind of just came back and we're like, alright, well, guess we're just going to have to move on. So, let's see, our opening hand, I mean, it has some temples, but this hand has kind of ramp where we're going up against Drana, Liberator of Malakir. So this seems like a very, very aggressive deck. So this is a very slow hand, and we're going to take a mulligan. Alright, this hand isn't much better, but we do have ramp, we have removal and Skyclave Apparition, and we have a temple. So normally a hand like this would not be keepable, but we're going to try this and see what happens. Starts off with a vampire. Typical, because there's a vampire ally. Maybe there's a theme going on. We're gonna scry, perfect, land 2, gives us green or white. We have a snow-covered forest in our hand, so we're gonna keep this. And that'll give us a second white for Skyclave Apparition for when he slams down Drana. Play some white. Plays out his Drana, gives it haste. We're going to play a forest, get rid of the Drana. Even though really this Crashing Drawbridge is a lot scarier than people make it out to be, that is a problem. Mind you, you can just give everything haste for the end of eternity, but we're trying to stem the bleeding slowly. And if he wants to recommit Drana, it'll cost him 2 more because of the commander tax. And if we want, we can just block here with that. Alright, so first off, actually no, let us cultivate first. We need red and black. Is he seriously going to do something? Okay, no. And let's scry. See what we get on top. Do we want an Ashaya? Let's see, this has flying, this has lifelink. Yeah, we'll take a big dumb creature. And we'll leave this up to block. And just go. Ooh. Okay, so he wants to make a big dumb idiot. Luckily for me, big dumb idiots are what I specialize in. And the good thing about mono black, they generally don't like enchantments, and he seems to be missing his 5th land drop for Drana. So maybe we can get lucky? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, he got there. That is just the most unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, unless we block, which we'll probably block here. But no, that'll just give that. Let's see. Highest cost is 3. 3. Oh. Yeah, we'll just take the damage. Your life is a resource. Use it. And then we can just rip Kolu off the top and kill Drona again. Alright. So let's continue ramping. We will learn away Icing Death, because that card does not seem applicable in this. We will leave this back. And now we've started to do things again. Do I have double blue? I don't. That is... We're in the worst timeline. But we can just get a land off the top and just rip Ugin and make him real sad. Let's see. Black Lance Paragon. When it enters the battlefield, target knight gains Death Touch and Lifelink. Well, he has no knights. But he's just going to make it 3-1. Yep. So we will block here. That's awkward. So now we need to play Shia so we can have a big blocker. Don't think he's going to be able to cast Drana anytime soon, unless he gets like a... Oh, that's annoying. For, let's see, turn... Yeah? I mean, that's annoying, but thankfully Ugin should be able to stabilize. So we want to do for 5, just to get rid of his board. Unfortunate, but sacrifices must be made for the greater good. So let's see what he does. You're gonna choose to block, take 10 for no reason. Now, funnily enough, I think we actually wanted to get rid of this Crashing Drawbridge just because haste is still scary. And do 5 for Ugin. Yes, I realize that gets rid of my stuff too, but I think we've stabilized. Although Castle... They just don't stop. I think we actually need to play out blockers just in case we need to prevent any shenanigans instead of just re-slamming Esika again. Because now we're kind of at the end game. He can top deck a few cards a turn between both the Citadel and Castle Lock Thwain, and also just drawing cards with things like Adventures. And I'm at the mercy of trying not to die. Let's get rid of the flyer. Play Quandrix Cultivator. Get a second island. Now we can hold up Pact. Can't do Esika again. We can make a Manolith. I think we're fine for right now. Oh no. Death Touch. Sure. You got it, Chief. That we don't want happening. Well. This is going to be very, very, very close. to do this. Actually, no, because we can just do this. Eat his board. Create a manolith. And these are going to come back. Let's get another island. Let's pay for our pact of negation so we don't lose the game. Do we have lethal? 5. So +4, +4. Surely. And we got there. Winning at 1 is like the same thing as living at 25. Alright, on to game 2. Not gonna lie, first game had me real going. I was really surprised. It was just like, oh. But then I won and I was just like, eee. So how is everyone's day doing so far? Yeah, it's Sunday. A lot of people are off today. Get you some rest in. So here we're playing up against the first sliver. So this one's probably going to be just general cascade into shenanigans. The opponent's going to get out really fast. And since they're going first, that already puts me at a disadvantage. So we have to aggressively mulligan for protection. This has nothing, so mulligan again. I can make a 2-3. We'll pitch Professor Onyx, because I don't think we're getting that anytime soon, and if I can top deck a green source, I'd rather ramp than have a 6-drop in my hand. Scry that to the bottom. Awesome. We got our green source. So now let's get a white source. Well, that's concerning. Honestly, I think in this instance, we need to just slam out the prismatic bridge. Let's see. Red, white. So we need green. Green and blue. Well, technically, we just need 2 colors, but we need to make sure we at least have 5 different colors. Green, blue, red, black, white. Cool. So yeah, he's gonna hit me for 2. Next turn, he'll probably cast his commander. That's gonna be a little bit scary. But let's try to set things up. think in this instance we also need to try to push damage. Ah, he's missing the land drop, I see. What? Wait. White, red, white, red, blue. What? Hold on. White, red, blue, green. Why wouldn't he just take 2 life to be able to just play his commander? What are you planning, good sir? What are you planning? Well, since we've got the Hama Pashar in our hand, I think we're just gonna go ahead and start with the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Let's get a Johnny up there as well. Make a Pride Mate. Try to push for a little bit more damage. Let's spin the wheel. Alright, well, that was about as calm as it could go, considering he didn't hit haste. Ooh. Now we get to start having some fun. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Let's start picking off some slivers. Let's get rid of the Menace Sliver, because that could cause the most problems. Get rid of the Mana West Sliver. And just attack with Nadar. And we will scry 1 twice. At this point, I don't think we want Svella. And a Snow-Covered Mountain, it doesn't really matter whether we leave it on top or bottom, because we're not going to be able to put it into play regardless. Let's just see what he does. He is not Hellbent, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, all of his slivers have Cascade. Nice. Oh, I mean, we can just pick that off. Yeah, Paradise Shroud is among the lower hits, but what can you do? He's thinking about it. Not sure if he's happy or not. Hello? Opponent? Okay. And now we'll just gain a bunch of life. And hit that for 2. And now we'll get rid of the Hellbent Sliver. And we'll attack with Dar, Terror of the Peaks. And we will give both of these won't be able to attack. It's probably going to block Nadar anyway, but we can still do things. Or maybe not. Maybe he's planning something that I'm just not aware of. Okay. Okay, well, that was weird. But we got there. On again! On again! Yeah, this deck easily loses to a lot of things, but it's also just so much fun. Especially for people that just like playing big, dumb idiots. We call those people Timmies. Alright. My opponent's making excuses. Let's see, I get to go first. Nah. 9 times out of 10, if a hand doesn't have ramp, we generally just throw it away. Okay, this hand is fine. It gives us access to a turn 4 Esika. Our opponent is playing Kethis. Yeah, we'll quickly get out Yashard. Pay life sacrifice on permanents. Let's just see what he does. He's not really doing much right now. We'll put that Mind Flayer to the bottom. Just because we're gonna shuffle again anyway. Oops. Let's see. Blue. Remember, guys, make sure you pay attention to what colors you're picking instead of just picking random colors when you have a Lotus Cobra in play. Otherwise, you're going to get real sad. Alright. What do we need? Blue! And let's start incidental life gain. Like he thinks I'm gonna cast non-creature spells. That's just precious. That is just the most precious thing. And, okay. That's actually a little bit annoying, but it slows me down a turn. Nice. Okay, so I think we want to try to start dungeoning. let's just go down into Fandover this time. That does get rid of his Kethis, but I don't think that does enough. Because I'm not really activating Magecraft all that much either. So let's just continue to apply pressure. And if he tries to do anything funny, we can just Croson Grip him into oblivion.
You should fear those born of darkness.
That's not bad. Just annoying.
Hey, Groke. Looks like we got a critic.
And now we're fine. We're fine, and see, we're fine. Everything's fine. Gonna make me real happy. Everything is okay. Hey, we leveled up. You know, you would think that I would get the battle pass, but just like, eh. I feel like the battle pass is for those that spend a ton of time playing this game and play specifically things like standard. I'm a commander player through and through, so to me, it's just more fun to do these casual formats. Let's see what our opponent's on this time. Is this Muxus? Oh no, Pashlikmons. Gablins. Hey look, a slow hand. Hey look, a slow hand. A slow hand, but we have a rolling regrowth, so here's hoping we're not dead. Goblins are very, very, very fast. Keep the arcane signets, we have ramp and color fixing. Yeah, it's starting! Even though I don't think we're going to outrace him, we still just need to apply pressure. And it made him waste a burn spell. Win in my book. So now, we can play this on green. Play out the Quandrix Cultivator. We'll get a Forest. And Adventure Simples. Oh, that's just the most unfortunate. But now I have a blocker for Pashlikmons. That's mildly annoying, but it still gets rid of his commander. You did it. You did it. you proud of yourself? What are the chances I'm dead next turn? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're living on a prayer, boys. Because what's the worst that could happen? Pictures taken moments before disaster. That's the worst that could happen. And this is why mono red is a bad matchup. But I think we'll probably do... We'll do 2 more games for now. And then go from there. Okay, yeah, this hand does things, but it also does nothing. Okay, that's better. I think. I mean, no, won't know unless we try it. We have ramp. But we're also missing colors. Let's see, we get a black source we can play. An untapped black source we can play out we can play out Prismatic Bridge. Of course you're gonna play zombie, because it seems like that's all you're playing. Alright, well, we live in a timeline. Yeah, sure.
I love the smell of malts in the my packs. Always growing.
We have a blocker for the Augur. He's probably going to get it back with Scarab God, but Garrick now could pose a threat to him, so he could probably waste a removal spell on it. That's not really the problem. Alright. You did it, buddy. Whew. Whew. Got so scared there for a second. I was like, oh no. If he had that like 1 mana counter spell, I don't even know if it exists Arena, but it would have been so mad. Grrr. Hmm. Well, that was definitely on the low end of things we can hit, but with Luminous Broodmoth, everything kind of has a second life now. Unless it kills the Broodmoth. So now he foretold away a card. I'm gonna take a guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that that card he hid away is most likely onto Voyage.
Let fire rage within your heart.
Well, let's just make him real sad.
How sadly will you miss that?
Blockers for days! He's trying to mess with me. You got it, Chief. I'm not gonna have an arcane signet. Yeah, I'll take an island. And 2 more Screw Swarms. And now let's just start drawing cards with Tybalt.
Let's play a little game.
And making all the Scoot Swarms in the world. Yeah, we have to pay War Treasure. However, the unfortunate part is we're still not in really any position to attack. We just have a massive defense. That's like one of the big issues with Scoot Swarm. It's like, yeah, it's good. It clogs up the board, but at the same time, I can't really mount an offense. Okay. Now we have offense. Now we have offense. Just because this is a control-ish deck, we want the long game. Honestly, giving the flyer in this instance, not the greatest. I think we can start getting in there with some. Let's just start poking in. You got it, Chief. This deck is silly. Let's get rid of the Augur. just because we don't want continued card draw. Draw 2 cards. That's a nice commander. I think I will take it. Oh, what do you mean you're done? What do you mean you're done? I was having fun, but no. Will make me all sad. Ooh, free card. Let's see what we get. Shepherd of the Cosmos. Whenever it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Sure. Sure. Alright. We'll make this the last game for now. I'm just going to have a couple of other things I need to get done today. And as much as I'd love to just keep everyone here, I know you all have lives. But that was the whole point of this, just a chill morning MTG watch along. Alright, so yeah, this hand's pretty good. We have Esika turn 4. But what can you do? Opponent's playing Dina. This is the first time I've actually played against Dina in Brawl. So I am very, very, very curious to see what my opponent's gonna do. Always go to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Best option. Ah, okay, so he must be playing just like Witherbloom cards.
Rogue hits harder than that. Come on, hurry up, let's go.
Come on, hurry up, let's go. Wow. You did it.
Who's ready for adventure?
Me. I'm ready for adventure. Your menace guy can't attack. Yeah, I know, Ward. Fixed hexproof. You think I'm supposed to be bothered by that? Well, let me tell you. I'm not. I'm not bothered. No matter what you may think. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. When you gain life? Wow! He's going off! He's going off!
There are so many things to see.
What is there to see? Let's just put these on the bottom, even though they're going on the bottom anyway. Kalane is good, but really it's just that it's red-black, make a treasure. That's what I want it for. He made a goat! He made a goat! Nah.
I just love a good quest.
Since we have so much mana, I think we want to just try to get cards. Let's see. Green, green, blue. Now the good thing is, with our good buddy Ashaya, the Kazundu Mammoth is just going to get infinitely big. See, do we have anything with Death Touch? Yeah, so we can start swinging in with Ashaya. Yeah, he has chump blockers for days, but what can you do? Yeah, it probably would have been better for me to make the emblem in that instance, but... Wow, more life gain shenanigans.
We've lived life to the fullest.
Let's see, what do we want to target? I think we'll just make another big Ashaya. Yeah. That's fine. Now, like, everything I have is a threat. Trample. You're still gonna take one. So now we're just in a racing situation. Alright. What's the worst that could happen? It's like that scene from the very first few episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Play your last pathetic card. My grandpa's deck has no pathetic cards. Is that Exodia? No one's ever managed to summon Exodia before. Where'd he go? Did he die? Hey, Mr. A12. Where are you? What is he doing? Destroy target non-creature, non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less, and target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Okay. Literally just Witherbloom cards. Which is fine, because Witherbloom is a good college. That's each creature. Oh. You guys just, ever read your cards and then get really sad? Can't believe this is happening. Fine, let's just try to make a gigantic threat.
Oh, I hope you discover something new.
And by gigantic threat, I mean we need to play defense. Even though I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Because he can just sacrifice a pest, give everything trample. He can sacrifice sacrifice a pest, give everything trample. Yeah. I'll give that a good game. Well, that's upsetting. You got me, buddy. You even got me through life drain shenanigans. Shaking my head, shaking my head. Well, that was my Esika deck. I do have a Coma deck as well, but I have this built for just regular 60 card brawl, which I could possibly play next time. I am also open to the suggestion of people just, giving me deck ideas, because Brawl, for being as about restricted commanders Commander can get, it's still something for people that enjoy those formats. But I hope everyone else just has a wonderful day. See you.